I want to speak to something real quick, man. When it comes to you moving forward, when it comes to you quantum leaping, and I don't care if that's in the area of fitness, if it's in the area of you moving abroad, if it's in the area of you starting a new higher paying job, I'm gonna tell you, it's not the things in front of you that are gonna keep you from achieving that thing. It's the things that are behind you. It's the world that you currently exist in, man. So the main thing as far as moving forward is learning how to let go, man.
Yayo when I'm on the block, yayo in a coffee pot, yayo in a rent-a-car. I'm sold out by 10 o'clock. Chicken so the chickens flock. Pimp them like I'm on the sky. On my third cameraman, I'm the one they wanna watch. Can I run my numbers up? Let you niggas fall in love. Shawty, I just wanna nut. Marble flows them out the mud. Game ain't based on sympathy. Sedity bitches feeling me. I just wanna feed the squad. I just want my feet massaged. Rep my black Aventador, go get a whole new fleet tomorrow. Friendships, they can get expensive. Chillin', yeah, that's been a minute. FedEx, I could ship the spinach. St. Laurent, I've been to Lennox. See you talk a lot of money, but it's time to see the dentist.
At these brothers. Hey, I wanted to make a quick video, man, really in response to a response on my last video, or one of my last videos. The video I made about how to find your freedom and move abroad. Somebody put a good comment on there, man. And I was specifically talking about Thailand. And what VinZ224 put this. They said, you're making it sound easy when it's not. The visa situation is changing for loan stays, and they want big money held in a Thai bank to obtain loan visas, right? Thailand can be cheap, $2,000 a month, as long as you don't party or hang out with a broken chick. Enjoy your time there. I think that's a very good question I want to, or comment I want to address, man. And to be honest, man, this video is probably gonna be in 3 parts. Maybe only one part of this video may be for you, but I want to break down even further when I say, you know what, find your freedom and move abroad. I want to break that down further, man. And to start off with, I want to say, because they made some very valid points, and I'm going to address them. But to start off, I want to say the first thing is you have to let go. And not trying to get all, too spiritual, talking all that kind of stuff. But it's simple. You simply have to let go. Like the very first step of you moving abroad, and I'm talking about anywhere, is you letting go of your current world. And I know that sounds so Eckhart Tolle or so Neville Goddard, but you have no idea how your attachment to your things, your attachment to your cars and your home and your lifestyle, you have no idea how much that's holding you back. You may think you're ready to move abroad and leave all that behind, but there has to be a serious point of detaching from that world. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of even small things that you have right now that you're gonna have to let those things go forever. Like a lot of people have no idea how much their ego plays into the Escalade they drive, or how much ego plays into the 4,000 square foot home they live in. That if they detach from that, now their identity is gone. That's why I'm always saying, man, never put your identity in things. So a lot of people are saying, hey, I want to move abroad. I want to be gone. But it's like, but if I do, then who am I? I no longer know who I am if I do that. So a lot of it is detaching, not just things. A lot of people, relationships, man. Sometimes, and I'm gonna say this: you might have somebody in your life right now that you love and you care about, but they aren't on the up and up with you moving abroad. You know what I'm saying? So low key, you're saying, hey, you know what? I want to do a certain thing, but since I love this person, then I gotta just, and you're not thinking it on a surface level, but deep down you say, hey, I can't make this move because I'm attached to this man, I'm attached to this woman. You gotta detach from a lot of things, man. And you have to understand that you wanting to move outside the country, it's gonna be like, a lot of people will say that, but it's gonna be a small amount of people that really want to do that. So you gotta even think about the person in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like And I ain't, I'll say, I'll leave it at that. But you can be with somebody that you love, man, and you might be wanting to move abroad, and you're making all the plans to move abroad, but they're not. So plus I can look at this. I could also look at, me personally, looking at if I could look at like the last handful of relationships I've been in, and I say over the last I don't know, 5-7 years, like this was always my game plan. People I've dated, I'll say going back to 2018, 2020, anybody I've dated since then, it's always been the play to once a certain time hit, to move abroad. And I'm gonna tell you, man, everybody's not going to be on board with that. Everybody's not going to be on board with it. Not only that, but like family, man. Like I love my family, man. I love spending time with my sister and my nieces and my nephews and my mother and my stepfather. So I understand to move abroad, man, means that I'm not going to see them as much. Of course, I'll be flying back quite often, man, but I won't be able to just get in my car and shoot 2 hours down the road from Dallas to East Texas to take my mom to lunch or to go see my sister, right? It's a whole day away, man. So first I'll say letting go. You have to detach from your old world first, man. So think about that, man. Think about the things that are holding you back and release those things, right? The second thing I want to talk about, now this video may have been just, that part may have just been for you. The second part of that video, I want to talk specifically about Thailand because Vin spoke about Thailand. You make it sound easy. It's not, they're changing the visa situation very true. Now, I noticed this. I've been saying I'm going to move to Thailand probably for a year. And of course, over the last 6 months, I've been gearing down and prepping to come. And I've noticed they've made some major changes. It used to be where you could just come to Thailand on a 30 or 60 day, visa/passport having situation. And you could stay here and live and dip and cross the border and come back. And you could do that forever. You could just do that forever. And people did that. But they're cracking down. Well, not even cracking down. They're pretty much stopping that, man. I believe you can come in the country and visit and leave, and you might can come back. But if they see that pattern, man, they're gonna shut you down, man. And they are making it hard. They are making people, kind of forcing people to get long-term visas, right? Which I want to talk about that, man, because like you said, they are making it expensive. For example, the DTV, the criteria to get it, like if you work for yourself or certain situations, it's easy to get, but they do have that bar of 15 it's roughly $15,000. It's 500,000 Thai baht that you have to have in your bank account to get in, right? Now that is a barrier, but I will say this: the original that doesn't eliminate everybody, because this is what I think. I think if you're gonna come into the country, you should be submerging yourself in the culture. You should already have a mindset to submerge yourself in the culture already. So to get around that whole DTV 500,000 baht in the bank type situation, get you an education visa. This is the play, man. Get you an education visa where you can come in and sign up to study learning the Thai language for 6 months or a year, which I believe everybody that's coming here long term should. You can learn the language for a year. You can do culinary, like cooking skills. You can learn Muay Thai, right? And get a long-term visa. And of course, it's going to cost you a little money up front signing up for a class. Probably anywhere between $300, $500, $700. But that's gonna get you in and get you set up for the long-term visa. Now, during that year while you're on that Muay Thai or that language education visa, this is where you're supposed to you have to be disciplined and save up during that point in time, right? If everybody is paying $2,000 plus in rents and mortgages, right, and they're eliminating that. If everybody has these $500, sometimes $1,000, sometimes $1,200 for these car notes, right? If everybody's paying twice as much, maybe almost 3 times as much for food as they would here in Thailand, then when you get here and you find you a little spot, you're saving a lot of money. That money needs to be set aside for that whole year. So right before that year is up, 2 months out, 2 or 3 months out, You save that $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month, to where you can have that roughly 500,000 baht in the bank to get that longer term 5-year visa. And once you can qualify for that DTV visa, you're in there. You can pretty much live in Thailand forever at that point. Coming back and forth, multiple entry. Going back home to the US, going to Vietnam, going to the Middle East, back and forth. Long-term resident. And after 5 years, you can return if they still have it. It's Thailand. They changed their visa situation. But I don't see this visa going anywhere because they're looking for long-term people to be. And I get that. I understand the play they're calling when they only want people here for a long time, because even though people come here and say, oh well, Thailand is cheap, Thailand is this, Thailand is very affordable, which is a word I like to use, but Thailand is nice. You can say third world all you want. You know what I'm saying? You go down there around Chitlum and around Terminal 21, around Tonglo, it's nice, man. So I understand them saying, hey, you know what? Let's change the culture. It seems like this. It seems like they finally understood what they have. Not saying they haven't always, but I haven't been to the beaches yet. I haven't been to Phuket and all that stuff. I'll be going to those places in Chiang Mai over the next few weeks or whatever, man. But just from the pictures I've seen, just from the experience I've had here in Bangkok is nice. So if I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, I'm going to change the game. It's kind of like Malaysia, because I consider moving to Malaysia. Was it Malaysia? I considered moving to Malaysia several months ago, but again, I was looking for places that I could stay long term. I don't want to be jumping in and jumping out and trying to, And I think Malaysia, you have to be like 100,000 liquid. What Bangkok? Thailand is wanting you to be. Thailand is wanting you to be roughly $15,000 to $16,000 liquid. That's based on the current conversion rate. I think Malaysia wants you to be like 104,000 liquid, and that's a different ball. So I get it. Man. These countries are understanding what they have. They understand that what used to be considered the greatest country in the world, it is now a lot of people are now trying to leave it. I keep seeing these stats, man, and you can really see these stats when you dive into the real estate market and look at those numbers, how a lot of people are selling their homes in order to move outside the country. Like a lot of these countries outside of the United States are starting to say, hey, you know what, like everybody's not trying to go to the U.S. anymore. A lot of these people are getting out, so let's govern ourselves accordingly, man. So the main thing is learning how to let go. Like letting go is holding you hostage more than you think. Like letting go is holding hostage more than you think. The second one is understanding how you can fit yourself in the visa game. And I can only speak really specifically to Thailand, because I was looking at different options and how I'm going to insert myself into the country the right way, the long way. But look into whatever country you're trying to move to. Look into that country and get you a plan. Get you a plan. Make that part of your exit strategy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like some countries, I believe, like Panama. Because Panama was on the list. It was way down, but it was on the list. Panama, you can move into Panama. I think just with an American visa, pretty much free, pretty much for 365 days. So I don't know if that means you can stay there for 1 year, leave, and come back for another one forever, or does that mean you can just come there and stay forever? So Panama is one that's easy. A few other ones have a like some places you can come in and stay for 6 months or a year. You just got to look at the country and see what it is, man. Right. And the third thing I want to talk about is going to seem like the most difficult, but I promise you, it's the easiest. And that's really, and I'll use the word because it's the word that my business is based off of. You have to find your exit strategy. Look, because one of the comments, and I'll see if I can find, and I'll pin it up there. Somebody said it was a similar question to what Vin Z was saying, but they said, hey, you know what? Yeah, that part seems easy, but finding like you can't come to Thailand and get a job unless you're pretty much a teacher. There's a small percentage of people that can come here and work. I don't know the details or all the individual ones, but I know teacher is one of the main ones. So, or if you have a remote job, but I understand that the barrier for a lot of people is, hey man, like I'm working at so and so plant. I'm working for General Motors. I'm doing this right here. I'm an account rep for Cummins Diesel, whatever it is. And they're saying, hey, you know what? I would love to move over there, but I can't just leave, come over there and get a new job at a plant, right? And you're right, you can't. But I'm gonna tell you what you can do. You can go inside, you can understand what the world is doing right now, and you can govern yourself accordingly. And what I mean by that is you have to look around, like you have to really look at the world, not just America, just look at the world. Look at what God is doing on the planet. Look at how technology is inserting itself into the planet, and understand that, hey, you know what? The world, like as much as it seems like the world is going further in the future, like the Jetsons, and it is, at the same time, the world is resetting itself. And when I say resetting itself, man, the world is putting everybody in a position where we really now have to operate like those behind us. We now have to operate like our great-great-grandfathers did, or our meaning you had like a lot of our grandfathers and great-grandfathers, in order to make money, they didn't have degrees, and they didn't. What they had to do was go inside and say, you know what do I offer the world? Like your grandfather could have been a whole carpenter. He could have been a whole blacksmith. He could have been a whole house builder. He could have been all these things, man. That seemed so simple back then because that's where the world was. Now that the world is so far advanced, and you can find your skill in AI and all these other industries, you got to go inside and find that thing that's inside of you. And I'm gonna tell you, this is where a lot of people say that's where the barrier is. This is where it's going to be harder, but this is where it's going to be easier. Finding that thing inside of you, I promise you, is the easiest part. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do the work to go in there and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do right now for a living. It may seem challenging to talk about certain things, or I want to talk about moving. Like, it's something that's just built in me. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I'm sure parts of it come from the way my mother thinks, the fact that my father was into a certain thing, and he was into spirituality, and combined those things, and it made me who I am. So certain things are easier for me. Some people can get on here and talk about or be about, or look into, or work on something they're passionate about. Some women it's makeup, some men it's physical fitness. Like there's a way right now the person that I am can start a physical fitness channel, because it's not ingrained in who I am right now. So what I'm saying is, you gotta find that thing that's ingrained in you, and you have to understand that there is not a single thing on the planet that can't be monetized now. There's not a single thing on the planet that can't be monetized now. And I'm not sitting there saying that everybody should get out and start a YouTube channel. I'm not saying that. Do I believe a lot of people that have information should? Yes. And a lot of people are saying, oh man, well, YouTube is dead. Social media, and it ain't just YouTube. TikTok is paying. All these platforms are paying. And all you see is people that are getting online and being themselves, talking about what they want to talk about. Like when I talk about, man, I want to find deeper levels of God. Like that's what I think about 24 hours a day. How can I connect with that source more? That's all I think about. So for me to fire my camera up and talk about that is nothing. It's nothing. And just by me finding that authentic self, being myself, and sharing what's inside of me, the world gives back to me. And it gives back to so many other people. Like I said, it's not about you starting a YouTube channel, but there are so many things, man, that a skill that you have, whether it's any kind of skill that you have, that you can insert into this digital world and eat off of it. and live off of it for the remainder of your days. Like I tell a lot of people, man, especially like a lot of younger people that I work with, man, that are getting into this, into digital, whatever, this space. I said, man, you know what? You're 25 years old. You're 27 years old. I said, do you understand that what the world is doing, with you identifying with who you are and what you're into and what you want to give back to the world? Do you understand that do you understand you're going to eat off of this for the rest of your life? You're going to eat off of this for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It makes me think about Proctor, Bob Proctor, right? One of the GOATs, you know what I'm saying? And if you see that video of Bob Proctor, I think they made it back in '76. It was called You Are Something. I know a lot of y'all know it. You are already, it's something, man. It's one of them Bob Proctor films that he recorded back in '76. And Proctor said in '76, 1976, Proctor, with no internet, with no nothing, he was just talking on stages. Proctor said, I'm going to do this until the day I die. Bob Proctor in 1976 said, I'm going to do this until the day I die. And I can remember the last time I saw Proctor on stage, man, before he died. He was an old man, hair solid white, thinning. He was barely getting around, still sharing his game. A month or two later, man, Proctor died. And I said, you know what, man? And let me be clear, that the video he made in '76, I was born in '76, but let me make it not seem like I was a grown man watching it in '76. I ain't that old, right? You know what I'm saying? But Proctor stood on all 10 and did it up until he died. And all he did was share what was inside of him. So a lot of you have gold mines in you, but you're scared. You're scared to tap into it. And it's so many levels of tapping into that. If you want to learn more about that, man, book a session with me, man. It's an internal job. It's nothing. It's nothing. Like I say, that's the most easiest part of you tapping into yourself, finding the means of putting you in a Bangkok or a Kenya, man. I'm getting a little dark, man. Instead of view behind me, that's the city behind me, man. I was down. Me and my son were downtown, right there at the city center. Changed it up for a little bit. Came out here, man. Got us a couple of spots, which I might talk about that on a different video. Proud of my son, man. He 18 years old. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all this. What I'm telling y'all, you can tell that what I'm telling y'all is no BS. Cause it's the exact same thing I'm teaching my son. It's the exact same thing I'm teaching my son. You know what I'm saying? When he was 16 years old, I'm giving him the game. Like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm still trying to figure this out. But if you can watch me and listen to me, then in a year or two, I'll be able to give you the game. My son is 18 years old, right? Turned 18 this past June. Stock trader. He's invested in stocks. He's taking classes in stocks. He's doing amazing in that. Content creator. He just started a YouTube channel, man, and he has his own income. And I'm proud of him, man, because, he's 18, his very first apartment is outside the country. So that dream that a lot of people are saying, hey, I want to get that dream, man, like I want to live outside the country, man, and just live a simple life. My son is 18 and he's already living it, man. Got his first apartment today, man. Proud of him. And he's lit and he's vibrating high. And he understands that, hey, you know what? It's a good chance I'll go and get me a degree and do all these things just to kind of, if he wants to do that kind of those things. But he already has the blueprint, like what I'm doing now, man. Like tapping into myself and sharing it with the world, learning this stock, learning this market, and getting my money on the back end like that. He understands that at 18, he can do this for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life, and I'm telling you, everybody can do this. One thing that's gonna be critical though. Like a lot of times. I'll get that later. A lot of times, man, it's going to take you backing. And I don't even want to say backing up. That's not the word I want to use. But it's going back to that first thing, letting go. Because a lot of times, you're going to have to put yourself in a situation where if it's the things that if it's the things that identify you, what you drive, what you do, all these things, then it's going to be harder because you're not going to want to let go and have to bag back to the point where it's like you have nothing else. Like I have no place that I was living back in the States. I have no vehicles back in the States. And if those things were used to prove my worth to the world, then right now I would feel crazy. So that's one thing I love about even the people I meet over here, man, that are from the States or that are from the UK or whatever, man. It's like all of us had to do some kind of work inside to release those things. And like I'm always saying, you must know who you are. You must know where you're going. I'm not just saying those things because it sounds good. Like that's part of your means of navigating this world. You must be locked into your identity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Going back to the question, I think it was V. I can't remember the name. I said it at the beginning. Says you make it sound easy. I might make it sound easy because I've been submerged in this energy for a while. But I can tell you this: it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's very simple. It's very simple. And I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm the most disciplined person and I know how to." No. It took a lot of times for me trying to find out what's inside of me, making some good decisions, whether it's relationship decisions, whether it's financial decisions, and making some bad ones, and maybe having to back up and reset and recalibrate and sit down for a while and all this kind of stuff, to find to space to where I can put myself in this situation. And then they said something else that was key. I'm gonna address this. They said. It was Vin Z. Vin Z 224 says, "You making it seem easy." Was the same question? Changing loan stage, big money out of the bank, cheap loan stage. Yeah, it says Thailand can be cheap. I use the word affordable. Thailand can be affordable, $2,000 a month, as long as you don't party, hang out with a broke chick. That's true too. Like, and I say this a lot. A lot of times, your vices are keeping you from coming over here. Your vices. Like, I'm gonna tell you this. Thailand is a beautiful place, man. There's a lot of peaceful corners, a lot of peaceful little villas and cutouts you can hang out and get. But at the same time, it's some places out here, man, that will rob your soul. That will rob your soul and empty your bank account. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not a person that's disciplined, like I don't partake. I don't really drink. I don't want to say I don't drink because I might have one or two per year. I might have whenever I want to have one, I have one. But it's not on my, it's not on my menu. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't club. So that's a huge point that Vin made. Yeah, you can do it because I've heard stories. I don't know anybody personally, but I've heard stories of people coming over here and they have remote jobs and they get lost in that world of beautiful women just approaching you. I'm talking about baddies. Like when I was making those videos in that little alleyway where I was just staying at on my last few videos, one night I went to 7-Eleven. I want to say it was about 2:33 in the morning. And I want to say it was Friday. I think it was Friday or Saturday. Anyway, and I'm walking back to the room, and I wasn't videoing. I was just walking back to the room, and you can see the whole alley, man. And it's pretty much nobody in it. Traffic is still behind me and all that stuff. But there was a lady coming toward me. And, I'm like, you know what, man, it's late night, man. Let me get on the other side of the road so she kind of feels safe. I get on the other side of the road, and as she gets closer, she gets on the same side of the road as me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, maybe she's going over. And she stops. She kind of not grab, but she kind of just finesses my arm. Hey, you from the States? Hey, what you doing? Let me give you a massage. She was like, let me give you a foot massage and da-da-da. She was letting me know, like, hey, let's get it on. And I was like, nah, I'm good, thank you. And I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yeah, you sexy, you beautiful, like, damn, you popping, but hey, I'm good, thank you. Cause she was bad, older lady, bad, and I kept it moving. But I don't get out like that. I can go into that whole spiel. I take that serious at this point in my life, man. But all I'm saying is that energy does exist. And I'm not saying that a lot of men don't come over here to have a little fun. I mean, you might come over here and have a little fun, but man, you got to be careful because, like Vin said, however Vin said it, that can take you out over here, man. That can take you out. That can ruin your finances. So I'll say this: if you're gonna move abroad to any country, that level of discipline has to be in place. If you're gonna move abroad to any country, that level of discipline has to be in place, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it can take you out. So again, just to wrap this up, man. Being said, I'm making it seem like it's easy, and again, it's not easy, but it is simple, just like everything else in the world. Just like everything else, man. Like getting fit, getting healthy is not easy, but it is simple. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Like everybody knows the recipe to get it done, but it's just like, can I go inside and become the person? Can I form the disciplines that will put me in position? Same thing that applies to everything. So nothing is easy, but all things are simple. And moving abroad is no difference. So I hope this video added some value, brother.
Nigga tell you anything, girl, they ain't about shit. Started a long time ago in the pot, man. With a Glock and a quarter or a Roxy. I'm the king, nigga, when it come to that. Put it on the map, made you wanna rap. On your social media, you can go and care, but keep this shit 100, though, it's only fair, yeah. You say you a hit, man, but you ain't hit shit. You say you a